Alright, hello folks. Welcome to Baked Reviews. I'm your host. You all know my name by now, I'm sure. And if you don't, you will eventually. Anyways, it's Dustin. Or Doc, as my friends call me. Anyway. Alright, so something that you all know about me is that I am a huge, huge fan of science fiction. I like science fiction movies, science fiction TV shows, video games, science fiction books. And when I was a kid, I used to go to the library on my bike. I'd get tons and tons of books. I'd get like Bradbury, Asimov, Clark, Heinlein, just name one. But they also used to sell magazines, including these digest-sized magazines, Asimov Science Fiction, Analog Science Fiction, and Science Fact, and the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction. And I bought a ton of these fuckers, man. I was reading some seriously interesting Golden Age stuff. Golden Age. I don't actually believe in the idea of a golden age, honestly. It's way too, what's the word? Subjective. The golden age thing. It's just way too subjective. In my opinion, the golden age is whatever was popular when you got into the thing. Alright? Anyways, like I said, I used to get these magazines, and we had more back when I was a kid. We also had, like, Omni, we had Science Fiction Age, we had, just fucking tons. And of course, Playboy. Hugh Hefner was always a supporter of science fiction writers. I used to have a couple of old Playboys from the 60s. Centerfolds intact, even. With boasting new fiction by Ray Bradbury on the cover, which is why I had them. I mean, come on now. What else is the point in Playboy if not to read the articles? I know that's the joke, but sometimes the articles are more interesting than the pictures. Anyway, so in November, I got my public assistance back. They gave me a big old lump sum for all the months that I didn't get it. So I used some of that to subscribe to Asimov's Science Fiction. Named after the late great Isaac Asimov. If you watch sci-fi shit on like Apple TV, he did Foundation. That show is based off of his work. I haven't seen the show. Read the books though. Love the Foundation series. Actually that's why I haven't seen the show. I don't know how they could possibly translate that into a series. I'll probably give it a try eventually, but I'm gonna wait for Neuromancer, which Cyberpunk 2077 being my favorite game. Neuromancer is one of my favorite science fiction novels. So on and so forth. Anyways, on to Asimov's. It's a great fucking issue, for one. The magazine is, unlike a lot of things, just as good as I remember it being when I was a kid. I used to devour this stuff. And this has, let's see here, it has Quantum Ghosts by Nancy Kress. I haven't actually read that one yet. I'm saving it. But Nancy Kress, I bring her up because she was one of my first favorite science fiction writers, that was contemporary. I started reading her when I was in the Science Fiction Book of the Month Club when I was 12, 13 years old. And I got, oh Christ, what was it? I'm looking at them right now. I've got a couple of them I had to replace because I didn't own them anymore. But anyways, they were the Year's Best Science Fiction Anthologies by Gardner Dozois. I have no clue how to say his name, and he's gone now, and he doesn't do that anymore, which is really sad because he picked some great stories. And in his books, I read for the first time writers like Greg Egan, Robert Silverberg, who's in this issue, and, of course, Nancy Kress, who is she's not exactly featured in the issue, but if you look there, Quantum Ghosts, yeah, I haven't read this yet, but she was one of my first, contemporary science fiction authors that I'd ever, really got into. And again, with, stuff like, Egan, what the hell? Silverberg! How did I forget Silverberg? He's classic. Actually, the Silverberg story, Beauty in the Night. God damn, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's one of the only alien invasion stories that I ever liked. And anyways, so getting onto this, I've never heard of any of these writers, Catherine. Well, hold on, or Kristen. Excuse me. Let's actually go in and actually read their names, right? I've never heard of Kristen, Catherine Rush, T.R. Napper, Zohar Jacobs, Samantha Murray, Ray Naylor, Anthony Ha, Misha Lenau, Donald McCarthy. I have no clue. I've never heard of any of these writers. And I have to say, like, I'm thoroughly impressed with their work. This is a great magazine still. And these stories were amazing. It's great to get back into literary science fiction again. I've needed this for a minute, and shit, it's good to get back into it. I'm really liking like this more down to earth sort of science fiction thing that these stories do. I really enjoy that. It's a lot more down to earth. It's it's still science fiction, but it's way character driven, and I like that. And it feels good. Like when I read it, it's good. I enjoy it. And this is only the first issue that I've gotten, so I mean I don't know if it's gonna keep this quality up or not. I'm assuming it will. I'm hoping it will. Fingers crossed. I did pay for a fucking 1 year subscription. 5 issues left now, 6 including this one. That's another thing is that they used to be a monthly, Asimov's did, and they were not this thick. There was not this much magazine every month. There was like half this. These are now double-sided issues, I guess. So they stopped publishing every other month or every month, and now they do it every other. I assume that's a cost-saving thing somehow. But yeah, no, this is great shit. It really is. I'm gonna have to try subscribing to Analog when I can afford it, But yeah, I'm really surprised. Hold on, the editor. What was her name? Hold on. I know it's in here. Shit, no. God damn it. What's her name? Editorial? No. Oh, fuck me. Who edits this? Shit, screw it. Alright, the current editor is really good. And I wanted to talk now a little bit about, there's 2 articles, nonfiction, in here. One's by Norman Spinrad, the other by Silverberg. And I just want to say, like, including stuff like this, editorials in here, it's absolutely wonderful. I absolutely enjoy reading these authors anyways. And didn't Norman Spinrad do Star Trek? I keep wanting to say that he did, like, The Ultimate Computer or something, like he wrote it back for the original series in the 60s. Anyways, yeah, so Asimov's is just as good now, if not better, than I remember it being when I was a kid. And that's always something impressive, And I gotta say that I really like having this subscription. It's really nice to be getting science fiction mailed directly to me. Stuff I can just devour like I do. Trying really hard not to, like, just inhale quantum ghosts. But I might even wait for the next issue before I start this because it's serialized. Which, you know that you're a special writer, like, that good, when Asimov's, who says they do not serializes your work. Anyways, folks, Asimov Science Fiction. Great magazine. You see it on the newsstands, it's like $9.99, but you can also get a subscription through Dell Magazines, which I would assume is a bit cheaper. I paid like $50 for my subscription, so that's like $10 cheaper than newsstand price. Anyways, yeah, great magazine. Can't wait for next month, or not next month, the month after. Be great. Anyways, peace and love, folks.